Good evening and welcome. This is Whole and Beautiful. I am Angela Oliphant, your host, and I am so glad that you all have joined me again tonight for a night of information, revelation, and change. I welcome my whole and beautiful nation tonight, and I am so excited for what I have for you on tonight. As you can see, I got a guest with me on tonight, and we're going to talk a little bit about fitness on tonight. It is Fitness Friday, and we're going to have Miss Angie Boyd share some things with you. She was my personal trainer for a while, and I lost a lot of weight. Y'all probably can't tell now, but I did. I lost a lot of weight, and I'm on that track now. But Angie, can you tell us just a little bit about you and what you're doing now? I know you're doing a lot, but can you just share with the listeners who you are and what you are doing now besides
All
the
right.
personal
Well,
training?
okay. Besides personal training, um, actually starting back, trying to get, um, I won't say back in shape, but trying to get the routine of being committed to exercising so many days a week. So, like she introduced me earlier, I am Angie Boyd. I am a fitness instructor. I do a little bit of strength training, fitness. What do you call it? Intermittent. Well, I try to teach about intermittent fasting and things like that. But pretty much, I'm from Colombia, and when I'm not in the gym working out, I'm a HR director in a nursing facility, and sometimes I feel like I want to do fitness again. Get away from the office type setting and just get back to the gym doing that type of work. So that's what I do. When I'm not in the gym, I'm actually helping out folks in the job place.
Okay. No, with tonight we were going to be like we're going to talk about weight loss.
Okay.
And because I know a lot of people who want to lose the weight and you want to lose it correctly. You don't want to do like the fad things to just try to lose it because it'll come right back. And you probably will gain more.
Yeah.
So if you all have any questions out there that you would like to ask Angie, you can put them in the comment section. We will try to get around to those and answer those while we're talking about weight loss. And if you have any other questions pertaining to personal training and different exercise, then you can put that in there. Even nutrition, you can ask those questions, and we will make sure that Angie gets them and she can answer those also. But Angie, when we first start, I wanted to talk to you about the different body types because I remember you were talking about that and you were telling me what my body type was and
Mhm.
that different body types may lose a little bit differently. They may have to do a little bit different things. Can you talk about those three, I think it's three body types?
Yes. Yeah. So that's good. That's number one. First of all, you need to know what your body type is. Like she mentioned, for each body type, then you have different types of diet things you have to follow, and diet plans, and different types of exercises. So the different types is mesomorph. Then the next one is ectomorph and endomorph. The mesomorph is more like the Popeye. You know how Popeye is very muscular. It's like effortless physique. Look like they just wake up like that. They don't have to do anything extra but eat your spinach. So that's a person that's very fit and muscular and don't have to work out to look like that. They just wake up like that. For the most of the mesomorph, they don't have to do a lot of cardio because they're already fit. But it's good to do that. It's good, to incorporate cardio with any blood body type. But they don't have to work out like we do. I'm a endomorph. So I'm caught in between the endo and the mesio. So I can get a little pear shape sometimes. So those are the kind of stocky ones where you have the pear shapes, and they need a lot of cardio, versus the mesomorph. And the ectomorph is more the lean body type, whether you have the long arms and long legs. That body type um, don't require a lot of cardio because they're already lean. But cardio, like I said, for any body type is a great idea. And
So
mhm.
So when you're working out, you're saying like with the three, even with the three different body types, cardio would be one thing that they all have in common.
They all have in common, but you don't have to do as much like with the mesomorph. They don't have to do a whole lot of cardio, but they do need to get it in. It's good to have it for a healthy heart, but they pretty much hit those weights and kind of stay toned. And those type of mesomorph people, believe it or not, they binge. That's right. I'm telling their secrets. They go on a binge where they eat a lot of bad food and junk food, but then they kind of pull it back in. And it's an effortless look. Like I say, they're just born muscular and they don't have to do a whole lot of work versus like it is for the endomorphs or the mesomorph. And the I'm sorry, not the mesomorph, but the ectomorph and endomorphs. Now, the longer body limbs, they want to work out with more weights because they want to tone up their body frames.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Welcome to Jamaica. I just saw. Wow.
yeah, I saw that.
And welcome Francina and Linda. Thank you all for joining in tonight. They're being a part of my whole and beautiful nation tonight. I hope y'all get this information and you're able to apply it and make some changes in your life. Um you were when you were talking about the lifting of the weights and stuff and the strengthening, is
Mhm.
strengthening a better exercise for those who would be like, let's say over 40? Is that a better way to go than to do a lot of cardio?
Well, well, like we said at first, you do want to incorporate some cardio, but working with the weights is a great exercise for anybody's bones and for your muscles. So incorporating any type of weight training is good for any body type. And over 40, that's great. That's a great thing to keep your bones strong and to remain lean and muscular. So yeah, the older we get, our elasticity just we lose that. But by working out with dumbbells and any type of weight training is good for you.
And that will help strengthen the bones, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're toning also.
Mm-hmm. It's good for
Okay.
you. Now, I would recommend not to try to lift too heavy. A lot of people think you got to lift so heavy to stay toned. I found out that when you get to a certain size, a must, like for me, if I'm working out, I try not to go over 15 pounds. Can I push with dumbbells? Can I push myself heavier with heavier weights? I can, but I don't have to because you've already trained your body to do that. Now, you do have people who enjoy lifting heavy, but you don't have to lift heavy. You don't have to, be the one in the gym with all those heavy weights. Just kind of center in on your body. You want to make sure that the workout is comfortable and it's not putting your body in strain.
Okay. So if you recognize that you're straining with those weights, then you need to step it down
Bring it
a
down.
few pounds.
Yeah, and just add more reps,
More reps, less weight.
less weights.
Okay. That's good. With the I wanted to ask this question, but the people that are older
Mm-hmm.
and you're going through menopause
Mm-hmm.
and there's weight gain, how
Mm-hmm.
do you like kind of balance all that out? You have these different things that I've seen so much about, like online and different ones, and they're saying, okay, well, you don't need to do this, you need to do this because you're going through menopause. Does that make a big difference
It
with
actually does. Yes. Knowing your body, focusing on your body, knowing what works for your body, because being a woman that's entering in menopause or actually in menopause, your body's different. You know, your body's really different. So talking to your physician, number one, just to make sure you know that you're able to do certain things. I'm not saying you can't work out and exercise in menopause. That's not what I'm saying. But, there's certain exercises that you can't get involved in. It's too strenuous, especially like HIIT. If you're just entering in menopause and you're not used to working out, you just don't want to come right out doing all these strenuous exercises. You want to kind of move into it gradually. But being entering in menopause, knowing what exercise work for you and what exercise does not is plays a key role in your weight loss and you maintaining a fitness regimen.
Okay. So it's really like with each one, what I'm seeing is that you really have to kind of know your body
Know your body.
and know what you're able and capable of doing. And where do you find that where you feel like sometimes you may not be doing enough, but you need
Hmm.
to do more? Because I know when we were working out together, you were with me, so you knew me,
Hmm.
but you knew when to push me
Hmm.
with certain things. And I know sometimes if I was in the gym, I wouldn't push myself to do more. But I know that you pushed me, and then like that one day you brought in like that 20-pound vest, and when you didn't even realize that that
Yes.
was how much I had lost, was like the 20 pounds, and
Yes.
yeah, I had to put that 20-pound vest back on and work out, and I was like, how in the world did I walk around
Yes.
with this on me? Hi,
The eye
Toronto,
opener.
Canada. Thank you for joining us on tonight. But
Yes.
yes, it was like that, putting that back on, but I didn't even realize it. So it's like kind of knowing your body and
Right.
what you can and what
So
you cannot do.
right. So about that pushing past
Yeah.
your limit sometimes. So when I worked out with Angela when I was her trainer, as a trainer, I monitored her. I didn't just push her to do the harder exercises because you can actually hurt yourself and you can burn somebody out to where they don't want to exercise anymore doing too much strenuous stuff at at one time. So gradually she shifted from just doing the basic, getting her body introduced to exercising and letting her body know, okay, we're not doing what we used to do, we're actually moving, we're actually working out. And as weeks went by and months went by, I was able to push her a little more than we did the month before. So it was gradual. And then when she got strong enough, and a lot of people don't know this, but if you're strong enough to start holding planks and doing push-ups, because Angela got to where she was doing 100 push-ups, different style push-ups, diamond push-ups, wide shoulder push-ups. I mean, she was doing all of those, but she couldn't do that at first. But I had to push her gradually. Now, when I start pushing her into doing more, she was tired because it was new, but it was step by step. Each time she got stronger, I would put something else on her. So I wouldn't let her get comfortable, too comfortable in just doing 20 push ups. Okay, next time she came back, we did 10 more. So, it wasn't like she did 50 straight out the gate. She kind of gradually made it to 50 and then pushed to 60, 70 on to 100. So just taking steps, knowing that you don't want to plateau. You're going to have to push yourself a little more. So that's how I was able to get her to do like 100 push-ups gradually.
We had a question that came up there about losing belly fat. How do you lose the belly fat?
Okay, so first of all, pay attention to how much water you're intaking. Water plays a vital part in flushing out a lot of bad things. So belly fat some of the time is just, a lot of gook that you need to get out of your system. And by being able to go to the restroom on a regular basis, drinking a lot of water helps with that belly fat. Also, take a look at your diet. Make sure your diet is lining up with your weight loss program. 50-50 exercising and eating, that's a 50-50 deal. That's a 50-50 deal. And then you can start doing exercises that kind of gear towards more so abdomen workouts. If you're so focused on your belly, then you need to start paying more attention to exercises that focus in on your belly. So number one, make sure you're drinking enough water daily. Number two, make sure you're going to, having your bowel movements. I know this sounds gross, but this is a part of health. You need to be flushing yourself out. So, daily, so that you can get rid of all that gook that's kind of hanging around your belly area. And number three, finding exercises that focus in on tummy exercises. Okay.
Okay. And we had another question about chair exercises. What about chair exercises?
Great, great question. I used to teach chair aerobics, and it was for different levels. I had the room with people that can stand and people that can sit. You will still get the same workout that somebody's getting standing. I recommend it. There's a lot of different chair exercises. You can go online and you can Google some chair exercises. And once you get to a point where it seems like it's getting a little easy, I would recommend you added some weights, like you can put some ankle weights on, or you can do some exercises with dumbbells. But chair exercising is really good, really good.
Yeah, because I know that you used to work out with the people at assisted living
Hmm.
with the chair exercises.
Hmm.
And they were excited. I was amazed. They all came in. They were ready to work. They were ready to work out, and they were
Yeah,
like 80 something, close to 90. They
yes,
came in ready.
yes, they were. Because you can also do chair aerobics. So you can do chair fitness where you use dumbbells and ankle weights, and you can also do chair aerobics. You can turn some music on and start working out with the beat and do about 35 to 40 minutes of chair aerobics. It's a very good workout, and believe it or not, you will break a sweat. You will.
Yeah.
It increases your heart rate. So if you have to do chair exercises, don't feel like you're not getting the full effect of some like someone else would that has the opportunity to stand and do exercises. You're getting the same benefit.
Another question that came up is there a difference between using dumbbells and the machines at the gym?
Mm, well, that's hard to say because I do both. And I feel better when I use the dumbbells because of how I can maneuver my arms, at a comfortable, you know, at a comfortable level versus using the machine. Sometimes when I have to do lat pulls, I personally, I feel like I'm not in a good position versus having to use dumbbells that I can actually move more freely. So I think it's more of what works for you. I don't think the weights are any different, but how you hold the weights and how, what type of exercises you can do with loose weights versus the machine. So, I don't think it's a really difference in the weights, but what makes your body feel more comfortable at that moment doing that particular exercise. So it's a personal choice, but there's no difference.
Okay. Um, a question. Let's see. Are there any foods that promote weight loss or help to speed up the metabolism?
Actually, there's a lot of foods out here that uh will help with that. Try some superfood. I know you have your green greens and your yellow yellows. The more colorful foods are really good for helping you with weight loss. And try to look into substituting a lot of the white breads and the white rice for more wheat and grain. So first I would like to say this too. Anytime you're thinking about a weight loss, talk to your physician first. Okay. I know people say, well, they do recommend me to exercise and they do recommend me to be on a certain diet. I will say there's some medications you take, sometimes it counteracts with your medication, with your food. So you don't want to be eating something and then you're on medication and it's kind of working against your food. Okay, that's number one. Make sure that your doctor and if you have a nutritionist, make sure they know. But there are plenty of foods out here. You can eat your fruits and your vegetables. My favorite vegetable that I like is asparagus. I love kale and I eat kale raw. Some people cook their kale down, but I can just put some olive oil on it and eat it like that. So the really green, robust fruits and yellow fruits are very good for weight loss.
Okay. Oh man. And somebody had put Francina talking about cutting out the sugar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Y'all,
It's
sugar is hard to get rid of, but I promise you, if you give your body 2 weeks without eating sugar, you will feel so much better. And then your body won't crave it if you don't feed it. If you can
yeah.
give yourself about 2 weeks off of sugar, your body won't crave it anymore. unless you just happen to eat it. After 2 weeks, you just want to eat it, but your body won't crave it. But you'll feel so much better without that sugar. And I know a lot of people turn to a lot of keto food. And, I talk to a lot of folks that's on keto, and they say you have to be careful selecting keto desserts because everything that says keto isn't keto.
Right.
So I'm not a keto expert, so I won't venture into that. But for those people who want to get away from sweets and sugars, they try to go to the sugar-free things and try to go to keto. But I promise you, I want somebody to tune in with Angela later and say, "Hey, I'm going to take the pledge with her. We're not going to, I won't do you bad now. We're going to wait till the holidays over because I know you're going to cheat. I know you're going to cheat. But by New Year's, maybe the first of the new year, if I can get at least 10 people to pledge with me to not eat any sweets for 2 weeks, to be honest about it. And then after those 2 weeks, you tell me how you feel. You tell
Yes.
me body. There's no aches, the aches that you used to have. And I mean, you have their energy. I mean, let's try it. Let's
Y'all
try it.
heard her. It's like 2 weeks. The
2 weeks,
beginning.
2 weeks, no sugar.
2 weeks, no sugar. If you try it, let me know. Send me an email, whole beautiful
Yeah.
at gmail.com. Let me know that you did it.
Yeah. And this is funny. I thought about it when Angela and I were when I was training with her. There were times I would take her off of sugar, like no sugar for 2 weeks, and then no dairy for 2 weeks. I mean, she
Yeah.
was just going through it, taking things, eliminating things out
Yes.
of her diet, and
Because
it really helped her.
I
Yeah,
remember because I remember when I saw you at the grocery store that day, and I was like, I said, Angie, I'm hungry. I was so hungry. And she said, "You serious?" And I was like, "Yes,
yeah.
I'm hungry." So she told me the things that I could eat that would help out with that because what had happened was I needed some more protein.
That's what it was.
So I needed to eat more protein and that leveled me out.
Yep,
Yeah. I
that's
was
what it
like,
was.
you have to know your body and
No, you do.
you gotta work it out.
Right.
With the is there a way where just eating alone will help you lose a good amount of weight, or will you have to couple that with exercise?
Um, I guess it depends on a person's body. There are some people can just you can lose weight with just cutting back on your food, what you're eating. But the healthier way to go is to incorporate exercising. It's just good for your heart. It's good for your whole mind to exercise. But to answer that question, you can still lose weight by just changing your eating habits alone. But to help you while you're losing weight, so you'll be toned and you have a healthy heart and blood flow, I would encourage exercising as well.
Okay. Someone asked about what about the sugar in fruits? Do you have to be careful about the sugar in the fruits that you eat?
Yes, there are some fruits that are not really recommended for weight loss. I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head, but I can remember trying different eating plans. Like, I won't say diets because they're meal plans, and some of them would not allow fruit after 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So after 2 weeks, then it start allowing you to put certain fruits back into your diet. So we know that's a natural sweetener. Fruits have natural sweeteners in it.
Yeah.
I can remember at one point eating 7 grapes, really counting out 7 grapes to eat them because grapes are very sweet. Them, ooh, they're good. They
Yes.
sweet. So that I wouldn't overeat grapes, I would count them out like 7 is plentiful. So yeah, you have to be careful eating too many fruits or eating those very sweet fruits. Yeah.
Okay. Francina says she is joining in the pledge. She's taking the
Ah,
pledge. Yay,
all right. I'm
Francina.
excited. I'm excited for your
Let
future.
us know how it goes, Francine, and we probably can get you on and get Angie on at the same time, and we will have a discussion about how that went for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yes.
Yes. Oh man. Oh yeah, Miss A said she's joining the pledge. I am sorry. It's like one. Some of y'all comments are not coming up for me. I'm only seeing some. But Miss A says she's joining the pledge. And Joy is joining the pledge. Oh, we got a lot of people joining the pledge.
Yeah.
Yay. Y'all, I don't know why I'm seeing some people's comments and not seeing everybody's. I don't know. But if you have joined the pledge and I have not called you out, send me an email at wholebeautiful@gmail.com so that I will know that you joined the pledge because I am trying to I'm trying to see why I'm not seeing everybody's seeing everybody's thing. I think I know why. I think I found out why. Let me see here. Yes. Okay, it's because two different pages are going.
Okay.
So on one page it's a group of people, and on another page is another group. So y'all, if y'all joining the pledge, send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com, because I'm seeing some of your comments on one page and some on the other page. So that's why I was like, I know they out there, but I can't see them all at once because I was on the other page. So if you join and remember to send me that email, okay? Um, Let me see here. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you this because I've seen this like on because I watch a lot of weight loss shows and different things that's on, and on one that they were doing this, it was like I think extreme makeover, like the that workout edition where he's working out with that one person, but they have gained a lot of weight,
Mm-hmm.
and then they lose all this weight, but then they have all that extra skin where they have to have like surgery and stuff at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way where some people, if they lose the weight, that they don't have all that extra skin, or is it just because it's stretched just that much, or is it different people? How does that play? How does that work?
Well, it depends on your skin type.
Okay.
You have some people. I have noticed that. I know some about it, but not too much. But I do know it depends on how much weight you lose. Like some people lose like over 200 pounds. That's a lot of stretching with the skin. So it'll be a lot of flab there. But you have some people that are overweight, but they have very toned skin. They're not. They don't have a lot of loose skin on them, but they are big. And when I believe when they do lose the weight, it's not as bad as it would be for somebody who has lost over 200 and 300 pounds, so they don't have that much loose skin. So if it comes to a point where you have to lose at least 200 pounds or something like that, a lot of people do have the surgery to get rid of the excess skin, the
Yeah.
excessive skin. So
Ooh. With some of the programs that I've seen, I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to be in nobody in no trouble or whatever. But I've seen different ones where they have like they've taken weeks. They're in a controlled environment and they lose all this weight and they lose it. Let's say I think it's like within about 12 weeks or so. That's I didn't realize it until like later on when I would go back and look at everything. I was like, that would be extreme. Would it not be?
well, yes, it is. That's extreme. That's extreme. Losing the weight within that time frame. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah, it is extreme, but it's a well focused workout. Now,
right.
now I will say the chances of gaining the weight back from extreme workout, I believe it's still 50-50, because you have some people who lose the weight very quickly, and they stay in that lifestyle. But you have some people who lose it very quickly and they burn out and they just revert back to, you know, their normal lifestyle before exercising. But it can be durable, it can be maintained, but it depends on the person who
Oh,
lost the weight. Where's
yeah.
your motivation? Are you motivated still, or you've gotten to a place where you lost the weight and now you burn out?
Okay. So it has a lot to do with the way you're thinking too. Okay. What about the dreaded scale? Some people like to get on that scale, just kind of keep themselves. And some people it's a motivation. Other people it deters them, and they like, oh, forget it. What am I doing? So, what would you say? What's your take on the scale?
Okay, let me tell you. I can remember people telling me, "Don't tell me what that say." They would get on it. Don't tell me what it say, and I understand why, because a lot of people, you dread hearing the truth when it comes to your weight loss. The scale is accountability. Um, when you're really trying to lose weight and you get on that scale and you're not losing the weight you could have lost because of that Snicker bar or those Oreo cookies that you snuck in at lunch and that piece of cake. And when it's the accountability time, you get on that scale, you just, I dread it. The scale can be a good thing and the scale can be a bad thing.
Yeah.
I would not recommend weighing yourself every day. I know people, when I started training them, I said, let me weigh you. But they went and bought a scale and they weigh themselves every day. And by the time they get to me, they're mentally exhausted. So the scale has worn them out all week. So I would say this: if you're gonna use the scale, pick a day. Like me on Mondays, I weigh myself on Mondays. And if I'm not if the scale has not went, I haven't lost any weight, then I can say, I messed up Tuesday. Yeah. And then the next week, I messed up Wednesday. It holds me accountable until you really straighten up your act, and then you can start losing weight. Now there are uh some people out there saying don't wear yourself at all, that you can judge with how your clothes fit on you. Your
Yeah.
clothes will be your judgment on if you're losing weight, like you should. So I guess it depends on where you are. If you're a scale person and you want to weigh yourself, I wouldn't recommend it doing no more than once a week. If you don't want to use the scale, I don't think that that's a problem if you are paying attention to how your clothes fit you.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and that would go along with what about the measurements and like measuring yourself? Would you lose like inches more so?
As far as measuring
Or it's
yourself,
like with the weight, like if you're not seeing the weight on the scale, could you be losing inches and
right.
not really showing up on the scale as a lot of weight loss?
True. You can lose inch because you're going to lose inches before you lose pounds. You're going to
Okay.
lose those inches. So, a lot of the inches will tell how your clothes are fitting you too. You may not be dropping the you know, dropping so much weight, but your pants are looser in the waist or they're looser in the hips, or your shirt may not be as tight across the chest or in the arms because
Hmm.
you're losing inches. So yeah, you can. I would say, losing the inches will be a telltale sign that you're on the right track.
Okay. And then you can do you need to know how it's like, because you can do that yourself with just a regular tape measure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought one for my clients when I was doing a whole lot of training, because I thought that it was good for them to know too, especially ones that was discouraged about not seeing the pounds drop. Then I would
Okay.
do measurements on the body to show them, hey, you may not be losing all the pounds that you want to lose, but you are losing inches. And I think that kind of motivated them to getting the weight off too. Continue, not just getting the weight off, but not give up. We can get to where you feel like I'm not losing weight. Where's my Snicker bar?
Or wearing those peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. Ooh. Y'all know those M&Ms, and I'm gonna tell you, you have to resist them. But honestly, when I had clients that felt like they was just overworking and not getting the results they wanted, I would then make sure that I did body measurements every week to say, hey, listen, you may not be losing all the pounds that you want to lose, but you're definitely losing inches.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just saw that Joy was saying that she used lightweight and repetition with
Hmm.
those weights to help keep the skin firm and everything.
Hmm.
So she's talking about, I guess, like what we were talking about earlier,
Hmm.
and that's keeping her tone as
Right.
she's going through the weight well, with the weight loss. And I saw some pictures of Joy, and I was like, way to go, Joy, because
Woo-hoo.
Joy, you're looking good, girl.
Yay! Good job.
She is gorgeous. She has lost a lot.
Yes. Good
Looking
job.
real good. And they're joining in. Let's see, and then yeah, because Lynn was like, oh, OMG, the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like sometimes the scale is my motivation, and sometimes I get on there and I'm like, ah.
Now let me ask you, why you are when it's what you
Because
that
I mean, I know what I did. I know that I that I did something that I shouldn't have, or
yeah.
I ate something that I shouldn't have, or
Yep.
ate later than I should have.
Yep.
And I was like, why?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Yep. It definitely is it's a reality check with that
yes.
scale. Now I will say this. Make sure your scale is calibrated. If you're moving your scale all around, if you're taking it from the bathroom to the kitchen and back to the bathroom, or you taking it to work or wherever you want to take that scale, you can throw off the calibration. So when you do that, you won't get accurate numbers. So make sure your scale is properly calibrated so that you won't get false numbers. Okay.
Okay. So how do you make sure that it is calibrated, that it is right?
Well, I'm pretty sure they
Just
may have that inside of the instructions. When you get your scale, it may have information in there about it. But I do know that you can throw off the calibration. I keep
just
mine in
Google
one
it.
spot,
Okay.
in my bathroom on the floor, and I even tell my husband, "Oh, don't move my scale," because he'll just take it and fling it in the corner. But but I gently, when I move it from one spot to the other, I gently place my scale from one spot to the other in the bathroom because I don't want to throw off the calibration. So just
Yeah.
read the instruction manual or Google your scale.
Okay. Okay. What would you recommend for someone who is like starting out
Hmm.
or restarting
Hmm.
their exercise and getting back into their exercise regimen, or really just starting an exercise regimen? How would you recommend that they start out so that they can gradually build?
Okay, so I would say this: you don't want to start off because I've worked out 5 days a week. I've worked out one day a week. I went from working out 5 days straight for a long time, and then because I had surgery, I had to gradually start back working out over again. So for someone who was just starting to exercise or be reintroduced to exercise, number one, you have to listen to your body. You can start off walking. Walking is a very good exercise because you're carrying your whole body weight. Whatever you weigh, that's what you're carrying on those two legs and those feet. So that's a good exercise. I will say, after you've walked for about a week or two, let's say about 2 weeks, going into that third week, you're going to have to pick up your pace a little bit. So don't make it like a casual walk. Speed up a little bit. Speed walk from corner to one corner and then slow down, and then speed walk the next corner and then slow down. So you're bringing your heart rate up and down. And then before you know it, you'll be ready to do something different, but start slow. If you're going to the gym, get on the treadmill, walk on the treadmill for about 2 weeks, because you're introducing your body back to exercising. And after that, you can bump it up to a light brisk walk and slow it down. The same thing you would do if you were walking outside. Now, if you get tired of the treadmill, then get on the elliptical. do the same. Give yourself a little time to warm up. Now, probably going into the fourth week, going into the second month, try to do a little bit more. Okay.
Okay, so it's like it's just a gradual build.
It's a
And
gradual
then
build.
as you're changing your eating, along with that, you have to give yourself some time, like gradually taking foods out and not just taking everything out all at one time. Because
Right.
sometimes, like you were saying, you may go back and binge
You go back and
if you
be.
try to take it all away at once.
Yes. All I can hear is being realistic.
Yeah.
Just be realistic about your weight loss program and your menu. Um, Taking things out of your diet, you're going to have to reset everything. Reset your mind thinking, reset your meals, reset your goals. Once you reset all of that, you can start focusing on good meal plans that's going to work for you. I will say this with your meal plans, because you're just starting out or you're just, you're changing the way you eat, you need to prepare your food ahead of time. You need to plan those meals out and have them ready. I can remember when Angela said in the beginning she was hungry when we was in the store that day. When I saw her in the store, she was hungry, and she did good. She didn't cheat.
No, I did.
She could have.
I sure couldn't. And it's because the Lord put you in the store at the right time.
She could have cheated because she was hungry and she didn't have her food prepared. When you exercise, your metabolism speeds up and you're going to be hungry. You're going to want to eat. And you have to have the right food to feed your body, to fuel your body. And having the right amount of protein and vegetables, you need to have all of that on hand. So just be prepared, pre-pack your food, and just reset your mind. Reset your mind about this whole fitness game.
Okay. Well, Angie, that it's like we're at the end, but
Wow. I do want to say something to all
yeah,
the
because
people
I
that's
wanted
going to
you to
do the
say,
challenge.
go
I
ahead.
am so ready for this. I hope y'all reach out to her. So when you do reach out to her, we're gonna all connect before we go into go into the no sugar thing. We're gonna talk a little bit. I want to talk to you just a little bit, you at to know what type of challenges you may have. We can talk about all these barriers that may pop up within these 2 weeks and try to get this taken care of before we go into 2 weeks of no sugar. So reach out
Okay.
and leave her your information. That's
And
it.
say that one more time. You said
I was just
to
telling
leave.
um, leave their information with you. You say that you want them to email you,
Yes.
whole and beautiful. Yeah.
At
So I just want to.
gmail.com.
Okay. Just make sure you do this for Angela. Email her so that I can connect with you all before we start this 2 weeks of no sugar. Just kind of see if you have any barriers, you have any questions, what we can do to make this work for you for those 2 weeks.
See,
No
guys, she's
sugar
gonna help
pledge.
y'all. She gonna help
Yeah.
y'all through y'all pledge. So make sure that you
Yeah.
send me an email at wholebeautiful@gmail.com so I can get that information to her. And then we will have like a group where
Yeah.
we can you can talk about it. You can let her know what your challenges are before you step into the sweet no sugar challenge. And then when you go in ready. Your mind be
Yeah.
ready, everything be
Reset.
ready.
Yes.
You're setting yourself up for victory, yes, to win.
Yeah.
So make sure, guys, y'all send me those emails so that I can get that information to her, and she is going to connect with you as you begin to start your 2 week no sugar challenge. Okay, guys.
All
All
right.
right. Angie, I thank you so much. There's
You're
so much more. I'm
welcome.
gonna have you come back sometime and share some other things because you have
Okay.
a lot of the stuff I know that you can share with us, and we may be able to do like a little exercise online um on one of these shows. Yeah, have
Yeah.
everybody ready. We'll let them know ahead of time so that they
Yes.
can prepare and be ready, and she can take you through some exercises that you can do at home.
After that no sugar challenge.
Yes. Do you have anything else that you would like to share, like an encouraging word or a scripture that you go to, or anything else before we close out for tonight?
Yes, I'll say this. My favorite scripture is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Even with the challenges of getting your mind reset to make better eating choices, to exercising, to getting that stubborn weight off. You know, gaining weight is it's not a good feeling, and sometimes it can weigh you down, and you may feel like you're stuck and you can't get this weight off. I'm just going to be like this until my time comes, but that's not true. It's a hard thing to do, but you can do it through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and that you can lose this weight through Christ who strengthens you. You can do it.
Thank you. That's encouragement for me.
Yeah. You can do it.
Oh man, we're gonna get it on back down to where it needs to be.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Well, Angie, I thank you for joining me tonight. My whole and
Yes.
beautiful nation, I thank you guys for joining me on tonight. And remember to join me again next week at 7 p.m. I'll be right back here. And if you missed any part of this show, you can go back and listen on tomorrow at 4 p.m. It will re-air and you can see it. So make sure you share with a friend, let them know. And if they join the challenge, if you tell them about the challenge and they want to be a part of it, tell them to send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com, and we will include them in this challenge.
All
Guys,
right.
we're going to go into this new year ready. Ready and winning. We were going to
Yes.
start before the year ends. So our new year will start very soon,
Yes.
before 2023. Well, you guys, you have a good weekend. I pray that this information that was given to you tonight will help you and it will bring about a revelation and also a change in your life. I am Angela D. Oliphant, allowing you to see, to hear, and to know that whole and beautiful is not just your destination, guys. It is most definitely your journey.
All
So
right.
join us on the journey to no sugar.
Yes.
And then
I'm
we will talk to you all again next week. Good night,
Good
everybody.
night. Thank
Good
you,
night,
Angela.
Angie.